Can we start once again, everyone? Have you understood the last question? Okay, in that one note, write down for fixed asset account that it has been assumed that asset was sold at the end of the year. Write down. It is assumed that asset was sold in the last question. Write on that note. Solution. Okay. It has been assumed that asset was sold at the end of the year. Got it? Chalo. So can I say we have understood that if receipt and payment account is given, how to prepare income and expenditure account? Let us take an alternative question type number 2, that if income and expenditure account is given, how to prepare receipt and payment account? So can you see we can take question? Okay. So whatever steps I have given in that, whatever steps in that heading now, do one modification. What was the heading I have given? Steps for, so just delete income and expenditure account. Steps when receipt and payment account is given, because I have just given as per receipt and payment account. Correct? So delete income and expenditure account, otherwise you will be confused when you read by your own. Okay? Okay. Then coming to illustration number 10, you can see income and expenditure account is given. Now this all are based on accrual basis. The same thing. You will prepare the account in the same way. The balancing figure will be at receipt and payment. Either will receipt or payment. That is the difference. Correct? And you can see the account has been prepared after the following adjustment: subscription outstanding at the end, subscription received in advance, subscription received in advance at the end, subscription outstanding at the end. So this information has been given to calculate what subscription received during the year, salary outstanding at the beginning and at the end, where respectively itna and itna. We are expert in that now. General expense include insurance prepaid to the extent of 60. So general expense include insurance prepaid to the extent of 60. So there was some prepaid insurance. There was some prepaid insurance. Audit fee for 2020 is yet unpaid. So audit fee of 2020 is not yet paid. Not yet paid. And during 2020, audit fee for 2019 was paid, amounting to rupees 200. It is understood that for 2019 it is outstanding at the beginning, and 2020 it will be outstanding at the end. The club owned a freehold lease of ground valued at rupees 10,000. The club owned a ground at rupees 10,000. Club had sports equipment at the beginning of the year 2,600. At the end of the year, after depreciation, the equipment amounted to rupees 2,700. The club raised a bank loan of 2,000. This was outstanding throughout 2020. So you have received a loan amount which was outstanding throughout 2020. Correct. So in 2019, last year only they have received a loan. So this is the opening liability, and closing liability will remain same. Correct. Then on 31st December 2020, cash in hand amounted to rupees 1600. So they have given closing cash. So can you say from receipt and payment account we need to find out opening cash, because opening cash is not given. Correct. Required prepare receipt and payment account and balance sheet at the end of the year. The same process. Process remains same. Process remains same. So can we start? To start doing question number, illustration number 10. We will prepare receipt and payment account. Of what? Youth club for the year ended what? For the year ended 31st December 2020. Is receipt will be debited or credited? Receipt will be, so now receipt will come in this side and payment will come in this side. Okay, sir. Then we need to prepare what balance sheet also. Can we prepare balance sheet? So we'll do in two column only, same way. Or you can prepare separately also, but I will say it will be but time wastage technique na. But always prepare first current year balance sheet and then previous year balance sheet. Can we start? Follow. Can we start? So as the step has been given for receipt and payment account, same step will follow for income and expenditure account. But what is the step number one? What I have given? Incorporate all assets and liability given in additional information in opening and closing balance sheet. Let us come to additional information. Can you give me all assets and liability one by one? Follow. Outstanding subscription is an asset or liability? Asset na. So subscription outstanding how much? Opening how much? Closing how much? Closing is 750. Then the subscription received is a liability. Opening how much? Closing. Then what? Salary outstanding liability. Opening how much? Closing. Then general insurance include prepaid insurance. The prepaid insurance will come. Opening or closing? What is this? The general insurance of current year there is some prepaid. So current year there is some prepaid. It is opening or closing? Closing na. The closing is how much? Opening is nil. Then what? Audit fee outstanding. So audit fee how much outstanding? Opening is what? Opening is, closing is 250. Are you able to understand now? Last year not paid, it is opening. Current year not paid, it is closing. Then freehold ground write down. So how much opening? Closing is not given. Whatever not given, don't write because there may be depreciation, etc. Opening is what, 10,000 now. Then sports equipment opening how much? Closing how much? Then what? Cash and bank loan. Bank loan how much taken last year? and it was not paid now. So that will be only what? Closing liability also. Then what? Cash. Cash how much? 1000. Opening not given. Closing is given now. The first step completed. Understood. Then what was the second step there? So can I say now this step will what? Incorporate cash and bank balance in receipt and payment account. We do incorporate यहाँ पर ना. बताओ whether opening cash is given. This we need to find out. Correct. Closing cash we write on at the end because we don't know how much space is required. Correct now. Or you can write on at the end if you want to write down. But we don't know how much space is required. Better don't write. Closing cash we write on at the end. Correct. Then what? Next step is what? So now we'll transfer item of income and expenditure account to receipt and payment account or balance sheet after applying adjustment one by one. We'll start from income and expenditure account, either income or expense, which side you want. Let us start with expense. First item is what? Salary. Any adjustment? So you want to do with account without account? Huh? Akka. This may be dangerous. From income and expense to receipt and payment. So plus minus will ulta. So it can be dangerous. You want to prepare account or direct? So chalo. You do, I will not do. So buy salary. Correct na? Do. Do by your own. If you have done mistake, then we'll do. I will say use account. How much? 4,700. Everyone getting this? Is correct. Batao. How much was the expense? 4,750. Opening outstanding is how much? So this is paid during the year. Closing outstanding is how much? It is not paid during the year. So how much total payment? 4,700. Correct? Yes, very good. Everyone have understood? Second item is what? By general expense. So how much is given? 500. So there is one closing prepaid. We'll add it now. Closing prepaid will be added. So some amount has been paid for next year in this year only. So that will be added. It will be 560. Understood? Correct. Then what? Audit fee. Audit fee how much given? 250. But okay, this is not paid to minus. And for last year, means opening outstanding has been paid. So we'll do this now. Opening outstanding paid in current year. So plus closing outstanding not paid to minus. Correct? How much? 200. Then secretary honorarium. What is the meaning of honorarium? Means we are honoring secretary by payment of salary only. But we are honoring them. They are not employee, na? But we are giving remuneration to honor them. This is one type of salary only. So by secretary, correct? How much? No adjustment? 1000. Then no adjustment to it is only paid. Then what? Any adjustment? So printing and stationery, no adjustment, it will come 450 only. Then what? by annual dinner expenses. Any adjustment? No adjustment. It will come how much? 1500. Then any adjustment? Interest and bank charges. Any adjustment is there? Why you are saying yes? But rate of interest is not given now. So leave it now. Interest and bank charges. How much? 150. Then by depreciation will come in receipt payment account. So it means you need to prepare which account? Sports equipment account. So working note number 1. Sports equipment account. What is the opening balance? 2000. What is closing balance? How much depreciation? Depreciation was 300. So balancing figure will be purchased during the year. So how much purchased during the year? This purchase will be payment for purchase. So sports equipment purchase na. Have you understood this point? So this will go to receipt and payment account. Understood this account? Write down 5 what? Sports equipment. How much? Then what? Surplus will go to what? Capital fund. Write down capital fund. We don't know what opening balance right now. Opening balance plus what? Surplus how much? 600. Then what? Subscription you will prepare account. And can you give me how much subscription received? Prepare account and how much subscription received? Can you give me? As per working note number 2. Done. How much? Hello? So much time? Every information to given na? What you are doing, Ray? Why you are not able to calculate? Prepare subscription account. What is the opening outstanding? What is the opening outstanding? The two outstanding subscription opening. How much? What is the closing outstanding? By outstanding subscription 7. How much opening advance? By advance subscription how much? What is the closing advance? So to advance subscription how much? 700. How much has been transferred to income and expenditure account? This is 270. 270. How much has been transferred to income and expenditure account? 7,000. Why you are saying 7,830? 7,500 now. You will take this figure now. From where you are taking figure? How much has been given in income and expenditure account? 7,000. So balancing figure will what? By cash and bank how much? Why you are not able to calculate this? But you were saying me wrong answer only. 7170 na? Write down 27170. 2 subscription 7170. Then what? Next item is what? Entrance fee. So can you see entrance fee they have transferred to income and expenditure account, but that will be received during the year only. If no adjustment, it will be received during the year. Correct. How much? So it will be received during the year 250 then. Then what? Contribution for annual dinner. That is also received. To contribution for annual dinner. How much? 1,000 then. To annual port meet receipt na. How much? Then what? Done. All item of income expenditure completed. Correct. Understood. Then how much closing cash is given? By balance brought down. How much given? How much closing cash is given now? How much? 1,600. 1,600. Correct. After this, don't be hurry. Don't be in hurry. Don't calculate. Just cross check whether all the additional information done. We'll do step by step, huh? Just cross check all the additional information done. Everyone cross check all the additional information done or not done. Done. Now find out what? Receipt and payment account will be closed. And we can find out what? Balancing figure opening cash. So can you give me opening cash? 1390 will be opening cash. This will be written where? In opening balance sheet. Now you can find out opening capital fund. So can you give me opening capital fund? How much opening capital fund? How much? 11,540. Correct. You are getting or not? 11,540. Then you can write down 11,540 in this. What is the closing capital fund? It will be 12,140 and your balance will tally check karo. Means you need to once cross check. That step you don't forget. Cross check whether all the closing balance written. So you can see freehold ground depreciation is not given. So opening balance will become closing balance. Have you understood this point? I have given one more step. At the end, cross check whether all the closing balance has been incorporated or not. So freehold ground depreciation has not been given. So on land there is no depreciation. On land there is no depreciation. Correct? So 10,000 become 10,000 only. Now you can find out the total. Total will match. What is the total? 15,110. 15,110. Opening balance sheet total 14,590. 14,590. Understood. You can see the same process now. The process is same. Any doubt? Done? Done? Any mistake? What you are finding? Done or not done? Done. Chalo. So can we take one more question? So 10 we have done. One question you will do. Or I should give homework. This question number, illustration number 11 homework. 11 homework is very easy. You can do it by your own. Now, understood? Everyone just try to understand. We have done type 1, type 2. Type 1, type 2 we have done. Correct now. Now, in CA Foundation syllabus, they have not given any question of what type 2 and type 3 and type 4. What was the type 3? Means receipt and payment account and income and expense account will be given. From that we need to prepare what? Means type 4 was that. So that type of question is not given. So do you want to take such type of question? Because I don't know whether they will ask or not. Understood? You can see this much only given, and we have completed. Only one question is left, that is trial balance given. That is type number 5. Correct now? But I don't know whether that type of question they will ask or they will not ask. Correct now? If you say I can take that type of questions, if you permit me. Correct, but not today because I don't have the question. I have to create question now. Correct. So let us complete some questions for practice. Let's see in practical question what type question. But only type number 5 is left. Is all questions done? Illustration all questions done? Correct. Only one question trial balance wala question is left. Let's see in practical question whether they have given that type of question. Check करेंगे. Whatever question interesting we'll do. Question number 1 already we have done. That is the MRQ super question. Come to question number 2. If easy, so then I'll give homework. Huh? Question number 2 done. Question number 3. So you can see question number 3 is what? Actually, question number 3 is type 3 only. What was type 3? Opening balance is given, closing balance is given. We need to prepare receipt and payment and income and expenditure account. This is practical question they have given. Means they can ask or not ask. So everything can be asked. So question number 3, let us do it. It will be easy very. You can see they have asked what? Receipt and payment account and income and expenditure account. And they have given information about what? All opening asset and closing asset. Correct. Understood what I am saying? Correct. And you can see they have also asked balance sheet. To balance sheet information is given, only we need to incorporate. Only we need to incorporate. Let us do this type of questions. So this become type 3. We are doing question number 3. Let us prepare. First we need to prepare receipt and payment account. I have not read the question. First we need to prepare receipt and payment account. You can write down now off for the year and that you can write down in exam. Then we need to prepare about income and expenditure account. Then we need to prepare what? Balance sheet opening and closing together. It's 31st 12 na? 12 given na? What is the date? 2000. Can we start? Let us read the question. Summary of receipt and payment of Bombay Medical Aid Society for the year ended 31st 12 2020 are as follow. Opening cash balance in hand, subscription 50,000, It is summary they have given, summary of received 10 payment. This is subscription received. This is subscription received. This donation received. Raised for meeting revenue expenditure. It means it is raised for meeting revenue expenditure. Means it will be transferred to what? Income and expenditure account only. Then interest on investment received 9% per annum. Rupees 9,000 it is received. Payment for medical supply. Honorarium to doctor. Salaries, sundry expense, equipment purchase, charity show expense, charity show collection. Okay. Then you can see additional information has been given. It is given opening information and closing information. You can see subscription dues, subscription in advance, stock of medicine, amount due for medicine supply. This is amount due for medicine supply means what? It is nothing but creditor. Creditor means amount due means what? Amount payable. Correct now. Value of equipment, value of building is given. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. You are required to prepare this. Then how to prepare? So can I say first we need to write down all opening asset, opening liability, closing asset, closing liability in the balance sheet. So can you give me one by one? Can you give me one by one? Opening cash is given. We'll start with cash and bank balance. So let us start. How much cash and bank balance? Opening given na. Closing is not given. Then what? Subscription outstanding. How much opening? Opening is how much? Opening 1500. Closing. Then what? Advance subscription given. So advance subscription how much? Opening how much? Closing. Then stock of medicines. Opening how much? Closing how much? 15,000. Then it is creditor only. Creditor for medicines you can add on. Opening how much? Closing how much? Then what? Equipment. Equipment how much? Opening 20. Closing 30,000. Then what? Building. Opening how much? 50. 50,000. Then 48,000. Then done. There was an investment also, not no investment. No investment given. Huh? In summary में दिया. चलो ठीक है. Okay. We'll calculate from there only. Now can you see we can start with receipt and payment account because summary of receipt and payment account given. We'll start with what? To balance. Brought down. Cash. How much given? Now can you give me first receipt or receipt? Give me your receipt. One by one. फटाफट. Summary से बताओ. It is given only now. Subscription how much? 15,000 then. Five zero 50,000. Now correct. Then donation how much? 15. Then interest. So interest they have given how much received? 9,000. 9,000 is for how much percentage? So it means what is the investment amount? So can you see you will do 9,000 divided by 9%. So how much investment? So it means investment has some opening balance, correct? So can we write down investment 1 lakh is the opening balance, and if nothing is given, the same will come at closing balance, correct now? So 1 lakh is the closing balance also. This point have you understood? How you have calculated this? Just write down. This is 9,000 divided by what? 9%, na? 9,000 divided by 9%. This you have understood. Then what is given? Payment for medicine. So payment. So by, can I say by creditor it will be? Creditor for medicines. How much? 30. 30,000. Then by honorarium. How much? Then by salaries. How much? 28,000. Then by sundry expense. How much? 1,000. Then by purchase of, so by equipment. How much? 1,500. Then by charity. By charity na? 1,500. 1,500. Right. All payment done. Acha, to collection is received na? To charity. So collection. How much? Now you can find out closing cash. Can you give me closing cash? 9,000. This will go to closing balance sheet. Closing cash will go to closing balance sheet. Correct na? You can add on cash 9,000. Now can you see it is the same question. Receipt and payment account is given. From that we need to prepare income and expenditure account. We can do now. Let us do. Can we start? Can we start? Correct. We will start with the receipt. So by subscription, can you calculate? Prepare one working note. You can calculate now. Prepare one working note for this. Hmm? 51,200. Correct. Everyone got this? Working note number 1. What is the next? item, receipt side. So donation will be for revenue expenditure, will be transferred to income and expenditure only. Yes or no? 15,000 how much? 15,000 na? Then what? Interest. So can you say entire interest has been received? This for the entire year na? Nothing has been accrued. So interest income how much? 9,000. Then charity. Now whenever there is some activity, so always we write down the net amount where in income and expenditure account. So you can see there was some charity for which there was some expense and collection both. We write down the net amount. You can write down by surplus या profit from charity. By surplus from what? Charity. So how much was the collection and how much was the expense? 1500 na? So it become what? Net amount is what? 7,000. So in income and expenditure account we write down the net amount from any activity. Understood? Then I think receipt side done. Payment. Come to payment. How much? First is what? To medicine. So can I say they have given what medicine? So we need to find out how much medicine has been consumed. How much medicine has been consumed. Correct? So if I want to find out medicine, how much medicine has been consumed is opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. Correct? 2 medicine consumed. The how much opening stock? How much opening stock is given at 10,000. How much purchase? It is a purchase you need to calculate from creditor account. That you need to find out how much closing stock. 15,000. Have you understood this point? So can you calculate purchase from by preparing creditor account? Calculate purchase by preparing what? Creditor account. Are you able to understand what I am saying? They have given payment to creditor in payment receipt and payment. That is not purchase. So purchase will be calculated from creditor account. Correct now. So let us prepare creditor account. Working note number 2. So creditor account. What is the opening liability? 9,000. What is the closing liability? How much? 13,000. And how much payment done? To cash or bank how much? 30. So the how much purchase during the year? By purchase how much? 26. 34. Have you understood this part? Not understood. One second. Just try to understand. We want how much medicine has been consumed during the year. That will be charged to PL. So medicine consumed is what? Opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. Opening stock is given, closing stock is given, but purchase of medical item is not given. So because in receipt and payment account they have given payment to creditor, that is not purchase. So it means you need to calculate purchase from which account? Creditor account. In creditor account we write down purchase na. Purchase account debit to creditor. So we have prepared one creditor account. This is opening creditor given in the balance sheet, check karo. Closing creditor given in the balance sheet, check karo. This is given in receipt and payment account, check karo. So this is balancing figure 34,000. This become purchase of medical equipment. So this will be transferred to what? Income and expenditure account. We write down यहाँ पर purchase how much? 34,000. So how much consumed? How much? Have you understood this point? Normally students do mistake in this, they're on danger. I don't know why they do mistake, but this is danger. Normally student will take payment यहाँ पर, but payment to creditor will not come in what? Income and expenditure account ना. How much medical item consumed that become expense of what? Current year. But normally students do mistake in this part. So be careful. And this is the favorite item of institute. They give such item in the exam. Understood this point? Correct. Then what is given? Huh? Honorarium. No adjustment. Return 2. Honorarium how much? Then what? Any adjustment for salaries? No adjustment. How much? 20. Then what? Any adjustment for sundry expenses? No adjustment. How much? 1000. Then what? Equipment purchase. We need to prepare sports equipment account. Working note number 3. Sports equipment account. What is the opening balance? 20. What is the closing balance? 30. How much purchase during the year? Receipt and payment. 15. But the balancing figure will what? Balancing figure will what? Amount is what? So this will be what? This will be what? Denoted by what? Huh? Either you can add on sports equipment consume or better depreciation. Better is what? Depreciation. But if you can add on sports equipment consume, that is also correct. They will not deduct marks for that. Chlega? Understood? Better you write down depreciation, but huh? So to depreciation is how much? To depreciation 6000. Then this is working note number 3. Then what? Then what is given? Very done. So all item of what? Receipt and payment account done. Correct? Understood? Then go to additional information. Cross check any additional information missed. It is given depreciation. First check additional information done or not. Correct? Then come to what? Cross check what? Yes. We need to this 50,000 become what? 48,000. There is one depreciation of building also. Correct? Write down to depreciation on building. Very good. Write down depreciation of building how much? 2000. 50 minus 48. 50 minus 48. I think done. All points done. So can you calculate surplus? Surplus how much? How much? 10,200. 10,200 is surplus. Now can you give me opening capital? Can you give me opening capital? 1,80,300. Correct. We write down 1,80,300 यहाँ पर. What is the closing balance? 1,90,000. Balance it will tally. Done? Understood. Simple. Means in every question we are doing the same only, but practice required. So for your practice, you have how many questions? Question number 4 will be your homework, but question number 4 I think I need to do. But first you try. Question 4 to I need to do. Correct? One question is pending. Then question number 5 is what? What is given? Receipt and payment account is given now. This you can do by your own. Then question number 6 is what? This also I think you can do by your own. Then question number 7 is what? Receipt and payment. This also you can do by your own. Very simple, huh? Exam questions are very simple, huh? In some, if you want a simple question, go to exam. This also you can do by your own. Similar question we have done in class also. Similar question we have done. I think this is the last question. So this 4 question will be homework. So only type number 5 is left. And if you want, I will take one question for type number 4. For type number 4, no question has been given. Type number 4 is what? Receipt and payment account and income and expenditure account will be given. From that, prepare what? So if you want, I will create one question for you. Because if they can ask type 3, so they can ask type 4 also, na? अरे बोलना रे. Chances are rare, but chances are less. But if you say, if you permit, then only will do. Otherwise, will not do. There is only 1% probability. Correct? But if you have done this much, let us do one more question. Correct now. And because that was asked in CA inter exam, so that question can be asked in CA foundation. They can take that question from there now. Correct now. Because syllabus has been taken from there only. Question can be also taken. But before that, today I will take only the last question of type number 5, and then we'll wind up this chapter, and then we'll take that question. I need to create that question. Okay. So for creating some time is required now. Means I will take the question from CA inter only, but I need to find out that question. But first do what? This question. Last illustration was what? Yeah. Let us take this question. You can see illustration number 12. From the following balance and particulars of Republic College, prepare income and expenditure account and balance it. Means trial balance given. We need to prepare income and expenditure. Means PL and balance. It's same final account chapter. It is just similar to our final account chapter. What is given? Seminar and conference receipt. So this is receipt. Okay. Consultancy receipt. Security deposit student So it is an asset. Then asset na. Capital fund is a liability में. Research fund liability. Building fund liability. Provident fund liability. Tuition fee received. It is what? Income. These two were also income. Income. Then government grant. Government grant. You need to understand the nature. It can be transferred directly to capital fund. And if it is recurring nature, then what? We need to understand additional information to just give star mark, but it is what? Receipt only. Donation, if nothing is given, then it will be transferred to what? General donation, but we need to wait as for additional information. Correct? Then interest and dividend. So this is income. Hostel room rent. This is also income. Miscellaneous receipt is an income. College store sales. Whenever they give sales purchase, so you need to prepare one trading account. As we have done in what? One question. We need to prepare one trading account for this activity, sales activity. So I'm writing trading. Outstanding expense is a liability. बोलना रे. Liability. Then stock. So this is opening stock trading account. Purchase trading account. Salary teaching. To teaching is an expense. Research. This is salary research. Huh? The salary teaching, salary research. So there are two activity. One is teaching activity and one is research. So this is also expense. Then scholarship expense, student welfare expense, repair maintenance expense, game and sports expense, miscellaneous expense, research fund investment asset, other investment asset, provident fund investment asset, seminar and conference expenses. But can I say in income and expenditure account the receipt and their expense will be shown as net amount. You can see there was one conference receipt and this is conference expense. We write down the net amount under income and expenditure. We write down net amount. Correct. Similarly, there were consultancy fee and consultancy expense. So this will be also expense, but net amount will be shown. Net amount will be shown. Are you getting what I'm saying? Land is what? Asset. Building is an asset. Plant is an asset. Furniture fitting asset. Motor vehicle asset. Then they give a provision for depreciation. Oh, अच्छा. ये बात is accumulated depreciation. Whenever accumulated depreciation will appear in trial balance, it means for depreciation what journal entry we pass? Depreciation account debit to accumulated depreciation. Very good. It means we need to pass that journal entry for depreciation. This is not expense. This will be shown in the balance sheet by deducting from asset, not credit side. Balance sheet does not have credit side. Huh? Liability side or asset side. Balance sheet is an account. मजा आ रहा है ना? स्टेटमेंट ना कहाँ पर है थे? So can I say this is opening accumulated depreciation? In this we'll add current year depreciation. So this will become closing accumulated depreciation that will be deducted from respective asset. Cash asset library will be also asset. Library means library book, huh? Correct. Then adjustment they've given material and supplies consumed from college stores. Means can I say there are some item which was purchased in the stores, which has been taken from college stores for teaching purpose, for research purpose, for student welfare purpose, for game or sport. So can I say this will be taken, means deducted from purchase, means it has been used for what? Some purpose na. Means we purchased for sale but it was not sold. So can I say it will be deducted from purchase and added to these expenses? Are you getting? Means teaching expense account debit to purchase. बोलना रे. Research expense account debit to purchase. Student welfare expense account debit to purchase. Games or sports account debit to purchase. Correct. So this will be adjusted in respective expense and deducted from purchase. Correct. Then tuition fee receivable means it is not received. We need to pass one journal entry. Tuition fee receivable to tuition fee. It will be added to tuition fee and shown in the asset side of the balance sheet. Correct. This adjustment also we can do. However, you should write down adjustment number 1 in the trial balance item. That you are writing? You are not writing, you are only listening. Correct. The store selling price are fixed to give a net profit of 10% selling price. So can you see, you can calculate the gross profit from trading activity because they have given 10% on selling price. So you can find a gross profit. The balancing figure of trading account will be closing stock. You can calculate closing stock. अरे बोलना रे. Correct. The appreciation is provided this percentage. Can we do it? Start करते हैं. Question number, illustration number. Well, we need to prepare income and expenditure account that are full of for the year ended. Have sufficient space, huh? That is a big question. Then only we need to prepare current year balance sheet. Can we start? We'll start with what? First item of trial balance. If you permit, we can start. Can we start? First item is what? Item buy seminar and conference. What is given conference fee, na? Correct. The how much received, how much payment? 4 lakh. So what is the surplus? 30,000. Have you understood this point? Then second is what? So buy consultancy, same received how much? 1 lakh 28, payment 28. So net amount, then what? That is what? Asset, write down security deposit. It is an asset or liability. Received from, it is given credit side, na? Credit side, na? How it can be asset? Security deposit received from student. There is an obligation to pay, na? Whatever deposit you give to school, that is refundable or not? That is a liability or what? Why you are saying asset? Deposit can be any deposit received is a liability. Deposit given is what? Asset. Received or given? Received, na? Let them security deposit. How much? 1 lakh. Then what? Capital fund. Opening balance is given. Opening balance how much? 16 lakh. 6,000 then. Hmm? Research fund is a liability. All fund will come in liability side. How much? 8 lakh. Then building fund is also liability. Understanding now? Means some amount has been received for purchase of building. How much? Hmm? 25 lakh. Then provident fund is also liability. How much? 5 lakh. Then tuition fee. There is one adjustment for tuition fee. There are some tuition fee which were receivable. Madam, by tuition fee. So how much received? How much received? And how much receivable? 80,000. Correct? It become 8 lakh. So the 80,000 will go where? Balance sheet. Asset side, liability side. Why asset side? Receivable. Madam, tuition fee receivable. How much? Then what? Government grant. If question is silent, we can assume it is for what? For revenue item or recurring in nature. Correct now. We can assume. Or you can assume what? Non-recurring you can directly add to what? Capital fund. But we can add what? Government grant where? As income. How much income? We can write a note for this. Donation we can also assume it is also recurring. Donation how much? 50,000. Understood these 2 points? Then what? Interest and dividend. No adjustment for this? No adjustment now? How much? 1,85,000. Then what? Hostel room rent. So buy hostel room rent. How much? 1 lakh. 1,75,000. Then buy mess receipt. How much? 2 lakh. Then so for that we will prepare one trading account. Leave it. At the end we will prepare. Because that only I need to explain. Outstanding expense will be what? That on outstanding expense. How much? 2 lakh. So can I ask one conceptual question? Bole yes or no? This is outstanding expense. So this outstanding expense will be also added to expense now. Outstanding expense given now. It will be added to expense. Which expense? बताओ. Which expense? Find out. Initially you are saying add. It is given in trial balance already adjusted. ठीक है ना. First answer should be correct answer. Huh? I am asking बोले yet and then you are finding expense also. Which expense? देखो मजेदार. नालायक. So outstanding expense given in trial balance already adjusted na. So whether you will do adjustment once again. Trial balance item only one effect. Adjustment two effect. बताया था. The same thing will be repeated na. I was just cross checking. Correct. But normally student do mistake. I don't understand. Means you know this point, but in exam पता नहीं क्या होता है. Means in exam माता आ जाते हैं. Because with flow, some mistake happen. That is bound, and that only mistake you need to identify. If you are doing that mistake, then write down one mistake book. You outstanding expense given in trial balance promise किया will not do any adjustment. Outstanding expense given in trial balance, no adjustment. Got promise. Understood? Correct? This type of you need to do this. Because even I am a student now, when I was student, I also used to do that mistake. There is nothing difference between us. If we compare myself to yourself, when I was also a student of CA foundation level. But what happened with practice? I have avoided that mistake. I scored 93 in foundation exam. It does not mean that I was intelligent na from the day one. With practice, I got good marks. Are you getting what I am saying? With practice, and I used to practice a lot. The reason was that first I am not taking classes, coaching classes, so I don't have any other option. I have to practice by my own. So once you take coaching classes, now you become dependent. Sometimes I'm not saying don't take coaching class. You take coaching class, but don't be dependent on us. Don't be dependent. See how much sir will do, that only will do. That is not correct now. In this class, though, we are only learning. Understanding will come when you will do by your own. Believe me, till now, you are only learning right now. But whether you have understood, whether you have not understood, that will be actually identified when you start doing practice. I mean, just for example, you have done inventory chapter, depreciation chapter, sales and approval, 3 chapters you have done practice. So I think now you might be confident also. You might be confident. Ki yes, we have understood that chapter. And if you have not understood, then once again you have to ask me, sir, this is what. And if you are not asking, you are in trouble. Because I can't understand by my own that this chapter is not understood by you. So if you have done depreciation chapter, you are finding difficulty, you need to inform me. Correct now? Got it? So that is the very point. Classes are not important. I always say self practice is more important. If you do self practice, every course is easy. Not only CA, every course is easy. Correct? Got it? And believe me, one thing you keep in mind. I'll just say my example. When I was in class 12 now, there was one word in mathematics, to and by. It is increased to, it is increased by. If I say it is increased to rupees 10 lakh, it is increased by rupees 10 lakh, it has two different meaning. Bolo yes or no? But I was so much confused with this point. 2 by 2, 2 ban jata tha, by ban jata 2. Correct now? Means that mistake I used to do when I used to self practice. Same question came in exam and I have done mistake. Means mistakes will be repeated. Are you getting what I am saying? Mistakes will be repeated. Believe me, in Bachpanna, I was very much confused for right and left. Till now, I am confused for right and left. Sometimes I say right, ko left, left means I miss. Pata nahi, I don't know why that mistake happens. I know what is right, I know what is left, but if suddenly I ask the right, I will say go left. Means I am totally confused about that. This is one type. Pata, I don't know. You can say this is what one bimari or whatever. And believe me, from bachpan say I can't memorize the what the map route. Means if I'll go once, I'll forget. Second time I'll go, I'll forget. Means third time also I can't reach. I don't know why. Because that is from the bachpan. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Correct now. Are you able to understand? So there's something which is bound to happen. And in mathematics, because of the 2 by now, I got only 98. One mistake happened, otherwise I would have scored 100. In class 12 exam, I'm saying. The 2 by mistake happened, and that only came. And I was confused in exam also. I practiced a lot, but confused 2 by 2, 2 by left. Are you getting? So some mistakes are common that you identify. Understood? If you not be able to identify, you will be also confused in exam hall. Are you getting? So that comes from practice. That comes from practice. Correct? Got it? So that you need to understand. I think whatever I said left, right, I think it might happen with you also. And believe me, once you come to my age, the same mistake you'll do. If that is right now, same will be repeated. Therefore, whenever I am with my wife will judge to driver left, right. I will never judge because I will do pakka do mistake. Correct now. So, till now I am doing that mistake because that become my habit now. That become my habit, and I'm happy with the habit. Sometimes left jana I went to right maja aata hai. Correct now. I'm happy with that, but that mistake will not affect your life. But this mistake will affect your life, career. Got it? Correct. Now opening balance. अच्छा क्या था? Next point. What we have done? Outstanding expense. So I have not written. Then what next point? Opening stock will go to trading account. We'll write down there. Purchase we write on trading account. I'll do at the end. Salary. So write down two what? Two. अरे, दिखता नहीं है ना. What is this? चलो. Two. Two what? Salaries. They have given salaries for what? Teaching. The first is teaching. Or you can write on two teaching expense, huh? Better because there is some material also consumed. So, two teaching how much? Teaching. Written salary how much? How much salaries? 8 lakh. And you can see there are some material consumed for teaching purpose. So how much they 8 lakh 50. 8 lakh 50 write down. And you can see in one adjustment there are some material consumed for teaching purpose. So that will be added in this. Correct. Now so how much material consumed? 50,000. So what is the total teaching expense? So total teaching expense is 9 lakh. For this 50,000 will give second effect in trading account. Means what journal entry we have done teaching expense to purchase. It is reduced from purchase also. Understood this point? Have you understood this point? To teaching expense, salary this much and material this much. Understood? Then what? So, to research expense, how much salary? 1,20,000. And how much material? How much material? That is from adjustment you have taken now. 2,70,000. Then what? Hmm? Scholarship. So to scholarship, how much? 80,000. Then student welfare expense. How much given? 28. And there is some material consumed also for student welfare. How much? This will be also added now. How much total? 1 lakh? 1,13,000. Then repair and maintenance. So to repair and maintenance, for repair and maintenance also material consumed now? No. So how much? 1 lakh? 12,000. Then for games and sports some material consumed? So games and sport, how much given? 50. And how much material consumed? 25,000. Total become 75,000 then. Hmm? Miscellaneous expense how much? 65. 65,000 then. Research fund investment will go to what? Asset. Research fund investment how much? 8 lakh. Then other investment how much? 18 lakh. 50,000. Then provident fund investment how much? 5 lakh 10,000. Then that we have done. Consultancy expense also we have done. Land. So land come. How much given land? Land is 1 lakh only. 1 lakh. No depreciation on this. Then what? Building. Building how much given? 16 lakh. From this what will deduct? Less accumulated depreciation. So how much given in the balance sheet? How much given in the trial balance? Sorry. No, no. How much given in accumulated depreciation? Provision for depreciation given. Madam, provision for depreciation. Provision for depreciation. How much given? 4 lakh 80. In this we'll add current year depreciation. So what is the rate given for current year depreciation? 5% of cost or WDB? What is given? Check karo. Only given 5%. So what you will assume? 5% of cost ki 5% of WDB means RBM or SLM? Huh? You should assume SLM. No, no, we should assume RBM. Correct? 5% of always WDB if nothing is given. Correct? It is given in straight line method. So okay, I was asking that only. SLM given. The SLM given, so we are not supposed to take assumption 5% of cost. 5% 16 lakh how much? 80,000. So how much was the opening? 4 lakh plus what? 80 na. It become what? 5 lakh 60,000. So what is the net amount? Understood what I have done? 4 lakh 80 plus 4 lakh 80 plus 80. Understood na? Understood this point? 4 lakh 80 plus 80,000. This you have understood na? So this become what is the net amount? Same can you do for all? The next is what? Plant and so plant and machinery. What is the opening balance? 8 lakh 50,000. Less what? Provision for depreciation. Can you give me after adding current year depreciation? हाँ तो प्लांट में से 8 लाख 50 आप रिटर्न ना हाँ that is accumulated depreciation of plant and machinery. This is they have given what? Plant and machinery. This is what? The cost price of plant and machinery. Then they have given plant and equipment. This plant and machinery only. Ignore. So how much it is coming? 5 lakh. Everyone calculated correctly only. Means what was the opening? And what was the current year? 85,000. So it will come 5 lakh 95,000. What is the net amount? 2 lakh 55,000. Are you able to understand what I am doing? The next is what? Furniture and fittings. What is the cost price given? 6 lakh. Can you give me provision for depreciation after adding what? current year depreciation. Three lakh 96,000. Very good. How much it is coming net amount? 2 lakh. Do you have space after this? I don't have space. I will move this to what? At the end. So after this, what? One more asset is there, na? Motor vehicle. What is the cost price? 1,80,000. Less what? So can you give me provision for depreciation after adding current year depreciation? Not given. The zero. Opening balance zero. Simple na. It means opening balance was zero. It was purchased during the year only. अरे बोलना रे. What is the current year? Only write down current year depreciation. So current year is 36,000 na. So what is the net amount? 1,44,000. Have you understood this calculation, everyone? Anyone who have not understood this? So can I say what journal entry we have done for depreciation? Depreciation to accumulated depreciation. Depreciation will go to income and expenditure account, and we have added it to what? Accumulated depreciation account. So one effect has been given, the other effect will go what? To depreciation. So can you give me the total depreciation? First one is what? How much? Current year. Building is 80,000. Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what is total? 2,61,000. Depreciation also done. Anything is left? Library is left, I think so. So cash at bank will come where? So can you give me bank balance? 6,42,000. Can you give me what? Library book? How much? 3,60,000. Got it. Only what is left? Trading account is left. All item done. Means if I inform you trading account, so the question will be completed. Understood? Practice required, but huh? If in exam questions come same to same, ditto will come. If this question will come, ditto question will come, only they will change the amount. So if we practice twice, then ho gaya na. Just try to understand. There is one rule in exam. Simple question they might change, but long question or thoda difficult question they will never change in exam. Only they will change the number. So if there is a long question or there is what a difficult question, just we have done that question which you have done in the class. That was interesting question. Remember one question you have done now. That they will never change in exam. If that question will come, that question will come ditto. I will say 2 times you will practice, everything you will be, it will be in your mind only na. So after practice it will be in your mind. Right now the, you are only you are just trying to get what I am doing. Abhi you are not doing, I am doing, huh? You are the copy pasting. Correct. So right now you are only doing copy paste. Correct. Right now let us do one trading account. Trading account, you know, you will give me all item whatever is left. Means in exam you can do simultaneously also. What happened, Ray? Working note you can add on trading account. You can add on for college stores. College stores. What is the opening stock? 3 lakh. To purchase how much given? Either you can deduct material consumed from this, or you can add a material consumed in the credit side also. You can add a material consumed for which purpose? Teaching how much? 50. 50,000. Then research how much? 1 lakh. 50,000. Then student welfare expense how much? 75,000. Then games and sport how much? 25,000. Have you understood? Or you can deduct from purchase also, your choice. Correct. Then how much sales given? Sales given how much? 7,50,000. They have given you profit margin. How much profit margin they have given? 10% on 10% on what? Sales now. So 7,50,000 we can calculate. This becomes 75,000 is the profit. Can you find out closing stock as balancing figure? So closing stock as balancing figure is how much? 1 lakh. This 1,25,000 will go where? Balance sheet. And this profit will go where? In income and expenditure account. Understood? Just transfer this, find out surplus, add surplus to capital fund, balance will tally. Have you understood this account? Correct. So whenever sales purchase given na, do you prepare one trading account separately for that particular activity? Correct. Or whenever opening stock, closing stock given, so then also it is an indication that there is some activities going on. Correct. Yes, sir. Let us stock. Stock how much? 1 lakh. And profit will go where? Let us buy profit. By profit of which store? College stores. How much? Now can you give me surplus? To surplus transfer to capital fund. Three lakh. 3,19,000. This will be added to what? Capital. Add it and then see where the balance is tallied. Add surplus 3,19,000. This become how much? 19,25,000. Hope balance will tally. Valid. Okay. So this chapter is completed from my point of view. Two question is left from my side. One is type 4. One is that BRS wala question. That is also very important question, but that will do when BRS is completed. So after this we'll start BRS only. Bank reconciliation stage. Even tomorrow we'll start BRS. So after that we'll once again come to this chapter and we'll complete the other part. Meanwhile you do other question. If any doubt we'll discuss. Correct now. So two question is pending from my side that I will do after bank reconciliation statement. Correct. There is one trial balance wala question is also lengthy question. From solution to you will be able to understand. But do it by your own. If any difficulty then we'll do. But from my point of view this solution you will be able to understand by your own. Correct. Got it. This chapter over. Only two questions left that I will do after bank reconciliation statement. Chalega. Correct. Easy chapter, practice required. Simple chapter, practice required. Bole yes or no? So once you practice, do all the examination question. You will find examination question whatever they have asked. Now we have done difficult question from that. Means in class we have done better question than exam questions. So from this chapter normally they ask 10 marks. So for 10 marks they will not give difficult question now, but they may ask 15 marks question also. If they ask 15 marks, they will try to increase the level of question. Got it? Correct. So now only three main chapters. I will say two main chapters: partnership, company, and with that BRS. And then chapter number one is left. Chapter number one to one day game hai. Because major part we have done. Only some theoretical portion is left that I need to discuss. Okay. Done. But with this much only. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Enjoy your remaining day.